Welcome back, everyone. Time to have an audience with Steve Pokin from the Springfield News Leader, right?
Oh, you feel honored, yeah.
I feel like the Pope.
Oh, all right.
You do have a good story today that I'm interested in hearing about because we have some neighbors around town who are pretty upset about their mail service.
Yes, it's been disrupted in terms of they no longer get door-to-door service because of Charlie, the dog. He lives, this is an area, a short stretch, a couple blocks on South Campbell. And the Postal Service, if they have continued problems with the dog, they will discontinue service. They will make changes.
So what's their problem with Charlie here?
Say, is this various mail carriers that have had the issue?
I don't know. I think it's just one. But the whole problem, there's Charlie right there, and that's his owner, Brian Davey, and Brian's daughter, and that's Charlie. I think it's interesting to note that they live in a rental house on South Campbell that does not have a fence in the backyard. Good-sized backyard, but no fence.
Okay.
And also, Charlie, according to the owner, is an escape artist in terms of he's been able to get out the front door.
Okay.
He says, the owner says that he has responded, taken control of things, and he's got Charlie under control. And yet, when I talk to neighbors about, you know, how you feel about losing your postal service, guy across the street says, just that day, on Wednesday, when I talked to him, he saw Charlie running.
So Charlie's chasing the postman.
He's acting aggressive.
Okay.
And he was, at times, he's running the block unattended. And the animal control has received complaints by members of a church, Asbury United Methodist Church, which is just a couple blocks down, because Charlie's been going over there and allegedly acting very aggressive and baring his teeth to church members. So as a result, the Postal Service says, you can't fix the problem or haven't fixed the problem, so we're going to change delivery. We're not going door to door anymore. It's too risky. So they put in this cluster box, 1 block to the east, and people go there for their mail. And the people there aren't happy because even though they 1 block to the east, they still get their mail service, but people are driving and stopping, and in particular, one guy lives across the street, and people are parking right at the end of his driveway, and he's afraid he's going to back out.
Well, and I would imagine not everyone is able to walk to the cluster box either.
No, not at all. In fact, I interviewed one woman who lives on Campbell. She's 75. But she did say that her sister went to bat for her and pleaded her case, so she's still getting door-to-door service.
Well, she needs it. What about everyone else? What are we looking at?
They go to the cluster box, and before the cluster boxes went in just earlier this month, but for 2 months prior, they had stopped service, and everybody who lived there had to drive to the post office on South Glenstone to pick up their mail. And the dog owner, he doesn't get a key. He doesn't have a slot at the cluster because he's considered the problem. So he's got he's paying for a PO box or a postal box.
So he does have to pay for that, but something that these residents still have to deal with, and a little bit of a vehicle issue as well. All right, you can read about it in the News Leader this morning. Thank you very much, Steve, for joining us today.
Oh, you're very welcome. My pleasure.